Now the following weekend after Memorial Day, I'm going back to Sean's house. That's where I did that driveway job and I cleared land a couple weeks ago. And I'm going back there. I got all that fill that I got to spread out. So we're gonna get all that spread out today and try to level and grade all of the land that I cleared the best that I can today. And by the end of the day, we'll be able to see where I'm at and whether or not he's gonna want to get some topsoil in there to do like a skim coat with. So pretty much by the end of the day, we'll be able to see where we're at with that. I got the tractor greased up finally before I left today because last weekend I wanted to do it, but I didn't have time before I did that other job. So I made sure I got it done today because it was definitely due for a greasing. I got it filled up with diesel and we should be all set. There's Sean, he's out there mowing. It's actually Sunday right now, following week. It rained Friday and we got a bunch of rain throughout the week, and I didn't want to leave ruts in his yard because he likes a nice yard and I knew I'd be going back and forth quite a bit. I'll get out there and I'll show you guys what we got going on today. One of you guys told me I wasn't using my jacks lately, my trailer jacks, so I made sure I use them today. Sometimes I just get in too big of a hurry and I forget to use them. All right, so this is where we left off the other day, last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever the hell it was. Got all this pretty leveled out. I'm going all the way back here. Stripped all the land. I uncovered this big fill pile here. This is a bunch of topsoil that was here. It had a bunch of vegetation grew over it. I was trying to show you guys and explain it was in here, but you guys really couldn't even see this big pile that was in here because of all the other vegetation around it. So I worked my way around the back last time, got it all cleared. I stripped all the vegetation from this topsoil, and now this is the topsoil we're gonna be using today to fill in all these low spots. He's not gonna worry about the spot where I was getting stuck last time. As you can see my tracks, he says he's probably just gonna end up planting a couple big trees in here, like pine trees. So he said he's not really going to use this for his land, like usable land. But what he wants me to do is he wants me to come off of this tree right here and come straight out and then come over and extend his land like this here. So pretty much just behind this bank, he wants all nice. So what I'm going to do is focus on using this topsoil to do the line that he drew for me where he wants his land extended. That way we could use this topsoil where we want to and not waste it. The other thing is, he was not sure where his property line was last time, so he found out that we are a little bit past his property line, which he knows his neighbor. He's real good with him. He actually had him come over here and he asked him, he goes, hey, am I on my property or am I a little on yours? He goes, you're a little on mine, but it's fine. So his neighbor said if he just brings the pile back a little bit, he's got no problems with it. So his neighbor actually put a ribbon here on this tree. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a ribbon on this tree. So that's where his property line starts, and it shoots straight over to that main big tree right there. So basically I got to get these banks in a couple feet this way. So I'm going to have to back drag this or try to get behind them and push them. And I'm just going to make a straight line with the banks. They're going to be right in front of this sump here. And then we're going to continue on to just in front of that tree. So it's just going to be a straight line that comes through and goes right to that tree there. So that's the plan. Another thing is that I didn't explain last time I was here is he is going to burn most of the wood that's in here. It's just some of this other stuff that's been mixed back here that we're going to leave, that he doesn't have the money to haul it all away. It's his property. The stuff was here when he moved in. So he wanted it all just covered and buried in these banks. So that's what I did last time. But now he says that he wants to burn whatever he can. So there's railroad ties and stuff in here that he's not gonna burn. But like this wood here, he wants me to put in the bucket and bring up to his burn pit. That porch over there that I mentioned before that he was gonna burn, we're gonna drag that out. I'm gonna put that on his burn pit. So we're gonna burn that. And then once I get that stuff out of the way, I'm gonna push these banks over. And then from there, we can start spreading this topsoil out. Another thing I wanna do is I wanna break up this topsoil because since it's been here for so long, it's all kind of compacted. So what I wanna do is get in here with my bucket and kind of break it all up and make a nice little neat pile right in the center here. And then that way the stuff is nice and loose for when I wanna start spreading it. We've had a lot of rain lately, so I hope it's not too wet because spreading wet topsoil is never fun. But it doesn't look too bad, and I think if I start mixing it up and breaking it up now, I think when I go to spread it later today, it should be pretty good to spread. So I'm gonna start on this. I'm gonna pile it up, start breaking it up, and then I'm gonna start pulling that bank back, grabbing that wood, putting it in the burn pit, and then at the end we can start spreading this fill in all the low spots. And then at the end of the day, we're gonna see where we're at, and hopefully he won't need a whole lot of topsoil, a whole lot more topsoil. I'm hoping this is enough to kind of get this pretty much smooth for him, but if not, he goes, I got no problem buying a couple loads of topsoil and doing a skim coat with them. So all right guys, well, let's get to work. I got the rest of the day here, so we're gonna get going. All right, guys, well, I got it all loaded back up. I'll go over and show you guys what I got done today. The property line is from this little tree here, and it comes straight out. And it goes to this tree over here. So I stayed just in front of everything and made a straight line with this bank, which is what Sean wanted me to do. So we got that. I also cleared out this here. I got all this cleared. This is all bushes. I got all that done. I got a bunch of the topsoil spread. I still didn't get all of it spread because it took me quite a while to pull these berms back. So that's what took up a lot of my time, was getting these berms pulled back and getting it straight and aligned with this property line. But I got a bunch of this topsoil spread already. I spread out a bunch here. All through here, you can see all the darker areas where I spread it. Behind the pile, it was real low in through here, so I got that all filled up. It's much more level now. In here, there was lots of dips for when I stripped the ground. Got all that smooth. Again, here, there was lots of dips. I got that smooth. See, the problem is everything is on a huge slope going down here. Everything is a big slope, and the more you come backwards, the deeper the slope gets. So like over here, it's mounted up real high and it's sloped. So as I explained before, when you're on a slope like this, it makes it difficult to grade, because if you're diagonal on the slope, it's going to want to cut with the bucket. And even if you got a grader box on, you're going to have to be constantly adjusting the grader box, which is one of the reasons I didn't bring it today. Not saying I'm still not going to do it, because I still may bring the grader box here and use it. But if I had the grader box angled one way and I was coming this way, I would have to make sure I kept turning around and using it one way. Because if I spun around and came this way with the grader box and I had it, angled this way, then I'd be carving the land the wrong way. So you'd be constantly adjusting the grader box. And because this is just the first stage of filling like the low spots in, it's easier just to use the tractor loader and move and transfer the piles where I want them, depending on where the low spots are at. So that's what I did. And then I just spread them with the bucket. I'll give you guys a shot. I'll kind of back up. So this was all nothing but bushes. I can't wait till the entire pile is gone over here, because then you'll really be able to see. I mean, it's just going to be opened right up once this pile's out of the way. So I'm just going to keep filling low spots with it, and once all the main low spots are filled, like along the strip here and stuff, I'm going to grab the rest of this and I'll probably put it in this soft spot here in this other little valley. So I'll get all this nice and leveled off. It's a work in progress. It's nowhere near done yet, but I will definitely keep you guys updated. And every time I come here, I'll let you guys know what's going on, and we'll go from there. So you guys got to stay tuned. And if you like this stuff, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.